We're here once again, only on it's after hours, only on Full Swap Radio. And joining me here, I give you this. She blends masculinity with sensuality and feminine charm. She's a powerful, seductive, and hardworking little badass. We're proud to have on the show. I give you Aliyah Taylor. So,
Thank
Aliyah,
you.
I have always been a big fan of yours. I find you absolutely beautiful. So I got to ask the question here: how tough is it keeping that perfect body and that you're muscular and powerful, but you're not too muscular powerful? So I mean, because that's how it is. The fitness model, the wrestling, that's what you want for one body. The porn they want for another. How do you balance that?
Um, well, you know what? I think my lifestyle helps me balance it. When I was competing, I was a lot more masculine, and that's what I had to be, right? Now that I'm doing porn and traveling a lot, I don't have as much time to work out, so I do the best I can while I'm on the road, and I hit it really hard when I'm home. But it kind of helps me balance that femininity and masculinity, if you know what I mean.
What is that
So
like when you get to that peak physical, like when you're because you did the bodybuilding, the fitness modeling, and that's and when I've had the pleasure of having the Devin Michaels, the Inari Voss, the Shay Foxes, they always say it's the best feeling in the world when you're at that peak, performance, when your body is just like there's no fat, you've worked your ass off, everything looks perfect. What is that like for you when you get to almost like that pure nirvana of I am in the best shape possible?
okay, pure nirvana, let me just explain that to everyone. Pure nirvana is feeling like death, but seeing all the striations in your legs and all the veins going through your legs that last one day before you compete. So you nirvana is feeling like death, but seeing why you're dying. Does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense. So it's almost like a fighter when you've shredded yourself, you feel like hell, you want to just have a cheeseburger, but then you look in the mirror and it's like, I did this. This is like
Yes. Yeah.
Michelangelo's perfect man. And I've
Yeah.
gotten to that point, which most people can never get to that point.
I achieved this. Like this is what the last, year of my life was about, is this right here, this very moment the day before. This is why. This is why I have felt like death for the last 4 months of my life.
So what got you into that? Like what got you into a sport which it's not much money. It's not a lot of, glory at times, but it's just something where you put yourself through hell just because you love it so much.
Gosh, I mean, I enjoyed working out, and I actually ended up overtraining. I did a pole dancing class, and I pulled something in my back because I was doing a bodybuilding split and doing pole dancing. It was just too much. Um, so I kind of, I did all the research while I couldn't work out and learn about diet, learn about exercise. And then when I got back into it, I started looking like a competitor, and everybody started asking me if I was doing shows, and like, what are you talking about? Let me look into this, you know? So that's how I got into competing. Um, it doesn't make a lot of money. The last show that I won first place, I made 3 grand, and I paid my trainer 7 grand that year. My suit was 2,000. The hair, tanning, makeup, diet, supplements, everything. It doesn't make a lot of money. You just do it for the love of the sport. So we're all a little bit crazy, I think.
I get that. But so what is it about this that you love? That you personally, Aliyah Taylor, loves about doing the fitness modeling?
I just like seeing achieving what most other people can't. Most other people won't give up those things. And I was able to have the discipline, the knowledge, the discipline, the support at the time to achieve basically the unattainable, you know?
So now you're in the content creating world. You're making a lot more money. How tough is that though in terms of like there's it's just when you thought, oh, it's gonna be easy. I have an iPhone. I'm gonna shoot some content. Click, click, click. It's like no, 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 no. Because knowing you are a perfectionist. I gotta have 4K quality. I gotta have these outfits. I gotta have this. It has to make sense. How much do you spend in terms of time, money, and effort into
I have so many
making
outfits.
sure? Yeah,
Oh my God, I have outfits. Because I don't want to wear the same one twice. So I have so many outfits. When I moved last, I gave away all my outfits. And now I have so many outfits that I can't wear anymore. I'm selling my first gangbang outfit, and I might sell my second gangbang outfit because I feel like, there's value there, as far as, hey, this is Aliyah Taylor's first gangbang, and it's complete with sweat and cum and the whole, just Ziploc baggied up. I feel like, someone might be entertained by that. Um, but as far as the rest of the outfits, I'm not sure what to do with them except for donate them again. So I mean, if you look at the cost of an outfit, it's not that much. Um, with what you make as far as OnlyFans is concerned. But the travel is the issue right now. I live in Houston, so um, I've been to the AVNs. That was expensive, very expensive. I've been to um, Tampa, Orlando, Miami, Dallas, except for Dallas. Dallas is driving. I'm in Houston, but everything else is, $600 flights. Um, you know, hundreds of dollars in a hotel, rental car. So those are the things that add up. And so that's why I'm moving to Tampa to help offset that cost. Even talent testing costs an extra, I think, $100 where I'm at. It takes me an hour one way to drive there. And so, in Miami or Tampa, I get results same day versus 3 days, and it's cheaper. So that's why I'm making the move to Tampa. So yeah, it costs a lot. It all costs a lot, but I am making more doing what I'm doing now. And I'm having fun. So why not?
most times I ask people, what do you like? Girls or guys? Because with guys you're more submissive. With girls you're dominant. You can do both, and you can pull it off in still a sexy, feminine way, even though you're powerful enough. You can beat the crap out of most people in this industry. So how do you like how much do you enjoy that? That you can pull you're one of the few people can pull off being sensual and dominant with both men and women, and it still looks good and believable.
Um, I'm more of a submissive. I really am. I can be dominant with women though. But as far as what I like more, men or women, I refuse to choose. I'm a greedy bitch. I really am. So I've been married twice. I've been married to a guy, married to a girl. Never again. Marriage is over for me. So any of you guys out there looking, Aliyah Taylor will never be married again. Um, but I enjoy people, and I enjoy the femininity and the feminine parts, and I enjoy the masculinity and the masculine parts and the masculine touch. So, if someone said, if I put a gun to your head today, what would you pick? I would say, I refuse to choose. So, um, I enjoy both. I enjoy all the different parts of me and all the different parts of other people, if that makes sense.
Perfect sense. And how much of this is also you enjoy the options? because as you said, with the bodybuilding, you had to look masculine. You had to look, like this He-Man character that walked out of, the comic books where you're just badass. And how much with content creating, it's like I don't have to be anything. I could be everything. And I don't have to choose. It's just I can pick when I want, how I feel like. And how much for you is this about your control? You are the boss of everything and anything.
It's nice because I feel a little bit of comfort in knowing that I've created some great content and I'm just me. So I didn't have to look like first place. I could just look like me on any given day. And, with the right co-performer and production company and editor and all these things, um, the the thing turned out like a work of art. And so it's nice to be able to just be me and still be accepted and be able to turn out a great product. So that's been fun for sure.
Tell me about the gangbang. That's because that's something that's always tough to
Which
pull off.
one?
You got to find a bunch of people. You got to make sure they're all tested. You got to make sure that they don't mind touching each other. And most guys are like, I don't want to touch this guy. I don't want to touch him. So
I
pull
know,
it
I
off. And
know.
and, and how tough was it? Like just putting it together, let alone just executing it.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. There's a guy named Chuck, Duh, D-A, Cuck, um, who set up my first gangbang, and he knows a lot of the guys in Florida. So he set up all the guys, made sure they were all talent tested, set up the date. So I said, "Hey Chuck, I want, at least six guys. Book me eight guys, so at least six show." And so that's how the first gangbang happened. The second gangbang I've been in was with Flourish. And so basically, I got invited to stay at the Flourish House. And I said, "Hey, TJ, I'm here to work. So, line me up." And so the first scene that I did at the Flourish House with the XBiz event was a gangbang. And so, man, I mean, if you haven't seen it on Twitter yet, go see it. The trailer turned out amazing. I'm really excited to see the final product, but I mean, just looking at the room full of sexy bodies, I mean, I was like, wow, like TJ, you did a good job.
So what do you
So,
look for in collaborators? Like, because you get to you are becoming somebody who everybody wants to work with. So what do you look for in terms of girls and guys to shoot with?
well, you know, not everyone's perfect, and I'm not perfect. So I don't want to say that, but somebody that takes care of themselves. You know, my brand and my people don't want to see me with someone who's 400 pounds. That's not what's going to sell as far as the following that I have right now. Um, so I tend to gravitate toward more fit people. Um, I want someone that has an established following because if you only have 17 followers, I don't know if I don't know if it's gonna sell. I don't know if you know how to fuck for the camera. Because yeah, you can fuck, but can you fuck for the camera? There's angles, there's things to think about while you're in the moment. If I ask you to be in, an MMF or a gangbang, are you going to be able to handle that? Or are you going to be standing off to the side, trying to get it up? Um, so those are the things I think about. You know, I like to see some sort of history that you've worked with other people before, so that I know, we can create something amazing. So, does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. What do you want to shoot? That's the question, fellas. And how tough is it sometimes trying to, you know, create more stuff that's not what you usually do, but still stay true to your brand?
Well, I mean, what I like to shoot is more hardcore stuff. Um, but I definitely get into the passionate stuff too. I mean, I had two really great passionate scenes with guys at the Flourish House. So, to say that I'm only hardcore is not true, but I do like the hardcore stuff too. Um, I don't know, and I like girl scenes too, but I like girl scenes that the girls are really fucking into girls. If you're not really into girls, then don't ask me to shoot a girl scene because it's just I don't know, it's nobody's believing it. I'm not believing it, the fans aren't believing it, and it's not fun, right? So I like the energy, I like the chemistry between the people, the two people or the group of people. Um, I want to feel that energy while I'm in the moment creating something.
A lot goes into this. And as I said, you have a cameraman, you gotta get a lot somebody who can edit stuff, or you gotta do it yourself. You gotta pick locations. Let's talk about locations. How tough is that sometimes finding a place when it's like, okay, crap. If I go to a hotel, I gotta worry about security kicking me out, or noise from the next room, or the maid's walking in. If you go to Airbnb, now there's people who are going, I don't know, they have video cameras and they might sue you. Like, how much thought do you have to go to be creative? Like, okay, where am I gonna shoot? Where am I gonna pull this off?
Well, honestly, I mostly go to other people's locations, but I did have a recent experience. I went to Secrets in Kissimmee, and it was a big event, so there were a lot of creators there. So it was like, okay, do we go to your room or mine? So everybody came to my room because I had kind of a better design, better setup, less mirrors for the photographers to get caught in the background. And the maid came to the door, and I answered the door completely naked. I'm like, oh, yeah, we need more towels, please. But, at Secrets, it's a swingers club. And so not a lot of people really care if you answer the door naked. But yeah, sometimes, you're trying to, film some B-roll outside and you're waiting for people to be out of earshot or, waiting for the people in the background to pass. So it's challenging, but it's doable. With creative people, it's doable, I
You
think.
mentioned uh, you mentioned online presence, and you have to keep online. You have to do all this. You have to network and everything. How do you not get insulted sometimes? Because for every compliment who says, "Oh, you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, big fan," there's probably people who can get very nasty. Whether it's a poke fun of your body, or maybe your voice or your hair. Oh, you do porn, you blah blah blah. How do you not let it get to you? And how do you not just start going on flame wars, which most people do, and yet you, because this is your business, you have to keep a decorum. You have to keep this professionalism.
Well, I've learned a long time ago, watching my ex-wife, that I don't want to get the last word in because it will continuously go on. So, I think in the beginning, things bothered me, me being masculine for competitions. I would get a lot of insults as far as me being a man. No, I'm not a man. I'm a woman with muscle. I get comments on my big clit. Yes, I have a big clit. You don't have to worry about where to go. It's right there. You know exactly what to please. So, and I have better orgasms because of it. So, fuck the rest of the world. Um, you know, um, Sometimes people do look down on me because I'm an escort. Um, at this point, I don't really care. The numbers that I'm making, I don't really care. So, every once in a while something gets to me, mostly threats about me getting busted, um, while I'm escorting, which, I got some nasty emails the other day, but, um, you have to keep an even head and just stay the course and do the things that you've always done and what you're comfortable with. And I'm very quick to admit lately, hey, what do you do for work? Well, I do porn and I'm an escort. I just I feel it more comfortable being the one person than being multiple personalities. You know, I am Aliyah Taylor. I do this and this and this. Instead of I am this person, I do this, or I am this person to these people, or I'm this person to these people. It's just easier just to be black and white. Here I am.
What's the wildest thing you've ever did? It could be porn related, it could be non-porn related. Give me something you look back and go, I can't believe I did this. I can't believe, I pulled this off. I can't believe this is so not me.
I don't know. I don't know because I've done so many amazing things now. Um, Shit, I don't know. I've had sex in the fishbowl in New Orleans at Colette's. I guess, I'm not a super exhibitionist, which is fucking hilarious because I create porn. But um, as far as in person, me being in the moment with a person, but having other people watch, I'm not as much of an exhibitionist. It's easier if there's just a camera there versus, 20 people behind a glass going. Um, so I think, that experience in New Orleans was like, wow, I did that. I had sex with this couple in the fishbowl. A fishbowl is where there's, a one-way mirror. So I can't see the people watching, but they can all see us. Um, and I also had an exhibitionist experience where I was at Secrets recently, very recently, and a client of mine wanted me to ride an XXL cock for 15 minutes and just twerk up and down, faster, slower, just wanted to see like 15 minutes. So after that, we had some crazy sex behind the cabana because, we were tired of this, you know, okay, we can only do this one position, this way. And so we finally just went at it like crazy behind the cabana. And people were still walking by watching, but we kind of got lost in the moment. So that was fun. But I don't know. I don't know what's crazy anymore. I've done so many things. I'm not a member of the Mile High Club. Somebody needs to fix that. But I don't know what else is on my bucket list.
You also do a lot of fetish wrestling. And how tough is that where you're doing all this sexy wrestling and everything, but people forget it's still wrestling. You can get hurt. All it takes is you roll the wrong way or you step the wrong way, you torn ACL, dislocated shoulder, hyperextended elbow, maybe a concussion. Like what makes you love doing that? And how tough is that, taking care of your body because it puts a lot of strain. I mean, it puts a lot of wear and tear in all these positions and wrestling holds and moves.
Well, to be honest, I've moved away from the wrestling. I do very little of that anymore because I've been injured so many times. I tore my right ACL in Baltimore in 2016. I tore the left one in 18 in Chicago. I've had an injury to my shoulder. I have a torn labrum and stretch out ligaments. Um, I think my hip, I have a torn labrum and a bone spur, I think from doing scissors. I don't know if you know what scissors are.
I
Um,
do, man. Those are never fun. Get in the middle when somebody's scissoring your head or your body, it's not fun. It hurts like hell.
It hurts. I don't like it. I mean, I enjoy knocking people out, and that's how I originally got into doing meetups in the first place. I had a photographer and videographer who owned a who owned a webcam company, and he said, "Hey, I really love being knocked out by scissors. Will you come and do a session?" And I'd never done this before, but I felt comfortable with him, so I went and did it, and that's how I got started. But um, you know, I don't like it being done on me. Like, it's not a pleasant thing for me. Do I like being choked out? Yes, for sure. Keep the camera rolling so I can get off to it later, is what I say. But I like being choked out with hands or biceps, somebody that actually knows how to choke out. So I'm not like coughing, I'm actually just pleasantly going out and then, it dicks in me somewhere. um, but I don't like scissors. I don't.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are proud to have on the podcast. I give you the very beautiful, the hardworking, dedicated, and very shrewd Aliyah Taylor. Aliyah, before I let you go, so where can fans check you out at? The OnlyFans, Fansly, Twitter, Instagram, website. Where can fans hit you up at?
Well, the two best places I'm going to give you are OnlyFans, and that is Sexy BB Lady 20, and my Twitter, which is Aliyah Aliyah Taylor XXX. Those two places you can find out just about anything as far as new video releases or my traveling schedule or just what I'm doing that night. So those are the two best places to find me right now.
Aliyah Taylor, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, always an honor, pleasure. Have you on the show. We come back. A lot more is going on here, only on its after hours, only on Full Swap Radio.